So here we are taking a look at the Union Force, which is a binding I just love. It's really come a long way over the years, and it's really just a fun, well-built binding. It's just like if you want the Atlas, but you don't need canted, a canted footbed, the high-end base plate, and a wider high back, you get just about the same response. It's just a shade off. It was really close every time I test those two. So yeah, the Atlas is just a shade bit more responsive and a little bit better, but it's just so close that it's not a real deal breaker. You're paying for just more like cooler features that give that binding. I personally prefer the Atlas, but if you're on a budget and you want to just get a binding that'll kick ass and last a long time, the Union Force. And I was a little bummed when they kind of changed up the ankle strap, but the more I ride it, the more I don't feel it's like really, even though it seems like it's a little bit smaller in terms of surface area over the ankle, I still feel like it's almost the same support, and so it's not a real big deal. I'd like to, over year, it seems like one of our biggest complaints with Union bindings is the ankle straps. But other than that, everything else about the binding is pretty amazing. The toe straps are some of the best in the industry. It's a very adjustable binding. Here's a little look at the base plate. You can see that it's EST compatible. All Union bindings are Burton channel compatible. So on the same disc, which is huge, you don't have to pull out different parts to make it work. It's got a nice normal disc size. Everywhere else in the binding then is minimalized after the disc. So you can see all this EVA foam there to give it a better feel underfoot and to make the board feel less dead underfoot. It's not as good as like the Union Contact 2017 and the Union Contact Pro with that mini disc. It gives you so much more flex underfoot than this. It really reduces the overall surface area, but there's more adjustability options with these bigger discs. Like let's say you have a board with two slam backs, that are a full, there isn't one in between. This is what you can get. You can't get the the Contact Pros then because they won't fit there. They go closer together instead of like this. They do every two bindings instead of like, there's a space in the middle, there's two in the middle, two here, two in the middle, and two here. That's where these fit in. So anyways, love that there is separate high back rotation. There's this heel loop that you can untighten in two spots versus the Contact and Contact Pro. So it really holds the heel loop in, but it can slide in and out according to your foot size. You have three options here with the toe ramp too to slide it in and out according to your foot size. So that's why they can fit a wider size range of boots because of that heel loop slide. Toe ratchet's best in the business. Toe strap, one of the best in the business. Just such great hold. Ratchets have been really good lately. They're not the smoothest, like perfect ratchets, but they're not giving me or my riders any problems anymore, so I don't think they'll give you problems. But if there are issues, they will support it and be really cool. Toolless adjustment. All in all, I've talked already in depth about the Union Force in other reviews, so this is just for you to see what they look like under pretty lights, how you would see them hopefully, and just to talk about the adjustability and the features and high back rotation and, all in all, just great bindings. Really recommendable for the price point. If you're considering like these, or let's say the Burton Missions, these are going to give you more response, where the Missions are going to give you a little more ankle support, but a smoother, different feel. They're very apples and oranges, but they're like direct competitors, and I think they're both great bindings. I think it just comes down to what you're looking for. This you probably don't get. I think this is what I would say about Union. bindings is you get more response for this price point than probably any other binding out there that I can think of. So that's why, one of the reasons why I really like the Force.